This
So
conference will
let's,
now be recorded.
yes. First of all, thanks for joining the session. Let's start the session. So actually, we met today here because of SOC demo class. So first of all, I would like to know about what is SOC, analyst. This is the word we need to discuss. So before going to discuss about these things, first I need to explain and introduce myself. Myself Ravi Kumar. I have overall of 10 plus years of IT experience. In that, I used to work with last 5 to 6 years onwards with a Splunk technology SIEM tool, and recently like 3.5 to 4 years experience. I have a cybersecurity senior SOC analyst role I got. So right now I am a cybersecurity consultant with different SIM tools like Splunk, IBM Credda, ELK, and other tools like EDR tools. Also, I have a good knowledge and experience like EDR, CloudStrike, and Azure Sentinel, like that. So this is my experience. So coming to the teaching experience, I have purely 5.5 years of teaching experience. Okay, I work for various technologies in overall my 10 years experience, but I'm good expert in cybersecurity, SOC analyst. So this is my experience. Before going to start the session, so anybody wants to talk with me or anybody wants to interact with me, please try to interact with me before going to start. What is SOC analyst? So can you please? Yes, do you don't have any questions? Yes. First of all, we'll just start with a word called cyber security. So cyber security. What it will mean? Cyber security is not a software. It is not a tool. It is not something else which was talking about a technology. It is a practice. It is a practice. The practicing of achieving different modules. It is one type of practice. So practicing of achieving some different modules within the cybersecurity. So that within this practice, there we have a multiple modules are there. Multiple modules are there. In that, so we can just talk about the one of the few modules. So that will be like first one is VAPT, VAPT, and the second one is ethical hacking, ethical hacking, and the third one is SOC analyst, SOC, SOC, consider as security operational center, operations center. This is SOC analyst. And the fourth module is IAM. Simply consider as ping and identity access management. Identity access management. Management. Ping and security and ping and identity access management. So actually, there is a multiple modules as we discussed, but the most important modules in the cybersecurity practice are BAPT, ethical hacking, SOC analyst, as well as IAM, ping and identity access management. The first we'll talk about VAPT. VAPT. What it mean by VAPT? VAPT is the full form of vulnerability assessment and penetrating testing. Vulnerability assessment and penetrating testing. Actually, it is the process of identifying and evaluate the vulnerabilities or security breaches or any security misconfigurations. This all will be in the system network, will be done by a VAPT people. Let's say, for example, this is your network. You just consider this as a one corporate network, your network. Okay. So, I'm just using this one. One second. I think assume that this is your network. Okay. There is a internet in between your network, corporate network. Internet is working, and the users are sitting outside or inside the organization and trying to access this network via internet. Via internet. All the people are accessing the network. This is a corporate network. This network consists of lot of devices like routers, switches, okay, or database servers, or IoT devices, security devices, whatever it may be. There we have a lot of devices available in this network, which will like firewalls, next generation firewalls, WF firewalls, like web application firewalls, like different you servers are there here in the network, so that users are trying to accessing the network via the devices, via that devices through internet. So in this case, these users having a legitimate users are there, or unlegitimate users are there. Legitimate means like genuine user. So simply consider as a authorized users. So there we have a multiple users. On the multiple users, some are authorized, some are unauthorized. All these guys are trying to access the network to achieve some activity. So in this case, these guys are travel via network and connected to these devices. These devices. Okay. So in this case, these users having authorization and unauthorizations, and also these users having a privilege. Why? Because some users having a high level of privileges, some people having a low level of privileges, some people having a some set of privileges, customized privileges. All these privileges will be provided and taken care by IAM people. IAM people. Users privileges and user access operations can be maintained and done by IAM person, IAM module. Okay. And after that, all these users are trying to access this network now. So once you create a network like a corporate network, in that corporate network, okay, any security breaches are there, any security vulnerabilities are there. Vulnerabilities is nothing but gaps. Let's say, for example, some developer will write a code. Okay, so the code needs to be tested now. Why we need to test the code? Because if any syntax errors are there, any bugs are there, like that we need to find out on the test. Okay, same like that, any organization built a network. Okay, on that network, okay, VAPT people, vulnerability assessment and penetrating testing people, will test the network and identify the security breaches and security vulnerabilities. If anything happened, any weak pointers are there, so they will try to run a test cases, and they will try to use to monitor entire network for the security breaches or security vulnerabilities or security gaps. Simply, one VAPT people is responsible to identify and evaluate the vulnerabilities. A vulnerability is nothing but gaps in the system or a network. So to find the any other required activities, you can use this VAPT. So basically, this VAPT will be done with a vulnerability scanners like NASAS, Qualsys, and OpenVAS. This type of tools are helpful for VAPT activities. For penetrating testing, they will use Nmap, okay, OWASAP framework, and also Metasploit. Okay, this type of tools are used for this penetrating testing. Okay, so with these tools, they used to test the network and find the vulnerabilities and report the vulnerabilities for the strengthen of your network. This is the VAPT person to activity. Now coming to the ethical hacking person. Ethical hacking persons. Ethical hacker involves authorized attempts to bypassing an organization defenses to identify weaknesses in the system. Okay, actually, it is a it is just simply considered as a ethical hacker is a one of the defender, you defender for your network. Okay, he just consider to uh, try to defend the network from the different attacks. Okay, so simply VAPT and ethical hackers works are somewhat similar. Apart from the VAPT people, ethical hacking having a more knowledge to defend the certain attacks coming from the different unauthorized peoples. And also the other responsibility for the ethical hacker person is he need to educate the employees and people about the new attacks and new vulnerabilities and new signatures, new patterns, and other things into the organization or the persons who related to that network. These guys are the ethical hacker persons. That's why some of the people are teaching the course with VAPT and ethical hacker, combination of VAPT and ethical hacking. Both they are teaching. But coming to the security, SOC. So SOC is nothing but security operational center. So before going to SOC, ethical hacking will be done with different tools like password cracking, network hacking, web exploitations, and social engineering tools are there. So that tools will be used for this ethical hacking. But coming to the SOC is one of the main important module in the cyber security. Why? Because whereas IAM is giving the access privileges, whereas VAPT will report about the vulnerabilities, whereas ethical hacker is the strong dependable for the attacks happened by the authorized and unauthorized peoples, and he needs to educate the people for the future things and present things. Okay, this is the activity. But SOC is the one of the main pillar in the cyber security. Why? Because sometimes you need to involved in building the network also. Actually that network is built by network team, but that will be maintained by SOC. So in this case, so this SOC person is involved in advanced monitoring of your devices in the network. So a SOC is a centralized team. He is a centralized team or facilitate responsible for monitoring, detecting, analyzing, and responding to cyber security incidences in the real time. The main role of SOC is to maintain the network, to monitor the network. If anything happened to the network, you need to report the net operation. You need to report the suspicious. You need to report the suspicious activity or malware activity for the concerned team. Accordingly, you need to create a documentation for the lesson learning also. For the lesson learning also. So that means that entire cybersecurity module, the scope of the module is SOC only. Why? Because he is the centralized person in the entire cybersecurity module. Entire cybersecurity module. Now, if you understand, as I said, like the SOC analyst, the SOC analyst, the SOC analyst involves 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 in advanced monitoring, advanced monitoring. So to achieve this advanced monitoring, we need a tool. We need a tools. That tools we call it as a SIM tools, SIEM tools, SIM tools, security, informational event management tools, security information and event management tools, advanced monitoring tools, that we consider as the SIM tools. In the market, the present market, the SIM tools are multiple tools, but I am talking on Splunk. Splunk is the one of the advanced and best in the SIM tools. Okay, it is the leader of the SIM tools. Okay, other than the Splunk, there is a IBM QRadar, and there is a radar, and there is a ELK, Sumo Logic, and also there we have a Gray Logic, and also we have McAfee. Okay, RSA Envision. There we have Log DNA. Or like multiple tools are there, sir. Like multiple tools are there. So in this case, we are talking on Splunk first of all, and basics about IBM QRadar and ELK also will be covered. Okay, but Splunk right now, Splunk is the company of Cisco, sir. So recently, Cisco company purchased the Splunk company. Actually, Splunk was started in 2006, sir. 2003, I think so. 2003 by three people like Michael Rabdas Irkspan. Okay, and in 2023, 2024 March, Cisco acquired the Splunk. Cisco acquired the Splunk, acquired the Splunk with $28 billion. $28 billion. I think net worth of around 2,000 to 3,000 crores, around 3,000 crores of. So this is about SOC, sir. SOC analyst will be depending on totally three, sir. We are talking on SOC. SOC analyst will be depending on total three pillars, sir. Analyst will be depend on three pillars. One is people, and other one is technology, and the third one is process. Actually, people is nothing but, as a SOC analyst, you have a duties to aware the people. Okay, what is your rules, and what is authorized, what is unauthorized, what is your limitations. Okay, and also you need to encourage the people that, okay, if any suspicious needs to be find out by them, definitely needs to be reported to the security team. This type of awareness you need to give. You need to encourage the people for the reporting the suspicious activities to the security team. Okay, this is involved in the people. Now coming to the technology. Technologies is nothing but hardware or software or a tools. Hardware or software or tools. So as I said, I already tell you hardware is nothing but any hardware like hard disk, CPU, RAM, whatever softwares of any suspicious of any softwares which will be related to the technology. And tools, I already told you, which will be majorly depend on advanced monitoring itself, monitoring itself. In this case, advanced monitoring itself. In this case, the tools will be sim tool. So in the sim tool, I am talking on Splunk. Now coming to the process. So once you find out any suspicious, the process involves that you need to investigate the suspicious activity, and also you need to create some report on that suspicious activity, and after that you need to send that report to the concerned team, and you need to get some information from the concerned team. And after that, if any suspicious happen, you need to follow the pattern. You need to take the review on that specific pattern or signatures, okay, happened by the suspicious activity. And after that, that needs to be taken as a lesson learned, and needs to be taken as a documentation. Lesson learned and documentation also. This is all process we consider as a process. Sir, in simple understanding, I will try to explain with the example of Corona. So SOC is completely Corona processor. So why? Because see, if you observe, before entering into the India, the coronavirus, before entering to the India, first it hit the China. China, once it will hit the China, the people, the governments are trying to aware the give awareness programs about the corona in the India. The first it will hit the China. At the time, the government started giving the awareness programs about the corona in India, that we consider as a people. Okay, that what they will give, create awareness programs as this is the corona. So this corona will come like this. You need to maintain 5 feet, 6 feet, and you need to clean your hands every day, every 5 minutes, like that. You need to give some awareness programs to the people. Okay, about the corona. This is a people. Next, coming to the technology. After eating the activity, after eating the log, okay, the technology needs to be find out that log. That means after eating the corona, so governments are trying to catch the infected patient, and he try to investigate the investigated the process that this infected patient was roamed anywhere. So who is very close to this guy, and who, is any chance to get that that person also will be infected or not. Like that, they used to maintain some quarantines and also isolations, and other treatment needs to be happen. Okay, this is happening on the technology. Okay, with the help of tools like mask, sanitizers, these all are considered as a tools. Now coming to the process, after get all the infected patients, people are trying to gain some information that okay, with this we got this corona. Okay, so that they start investigating everything, and they used to maintain the some documentation, and they will use to find out some remedy for that activity. Okay, and also they will start maintaining some distance to the corona by following the awareness programs. Okay, uh, so that means a lesson learning. From lesson learning, you just needs to learn something, and that needs to be maintained as a one documentation, and in future it won't be happened again. This is a lesson learning that involved in the process. Same here also. First we'll try to give some awareness programs to the people about our security breaches, security incidences, and other limits and pro limits, like that. And after that, technologies will be involved to investigate the process, investigate the malicious, investigate the malwares, investigate the different things. So in this scenario, technology will be a SIM tool. So in this case, the SIM tool will be a Splunk, as I said, or IBM QRadar, or ELK, or other tools. Whatever the tool you want, you can use it for the technology process. Whereas process, after investigation, if you feel any suspicious, you need to involved in the process for creating a different correlations for that activity, and also noting the special signatures which was not repeated previously. Okay, and also we need to make a documentation for lesson learning, and uh, it won't be repeated in the future. For the purpose, they will just try to give again awareness programs to the concern teams. This is the entire involvement in the SOC. You got my point, sir? Now, SOC Enlist is the module of cybersecurity, which can be 60 to 70% will be achieved with a SIM tool. So that SIM tool we are talking on Splunk. That's it, sir. So Splunk is the one of the best SIM tools. Even you can check. I am not that person who give this judgment. So simply you can check SIM tools Gartner. So Gartner report on SIM tools. SIM tools 2024. Image. You can check this. Splunk is the leader in the SIM tool. These all are the other tools actually. IBM Creda, Synchronix, Exabeam, okay, Google Defender, Elastic Search, or Elastic Stack, Logpoint, OpenText, Sumo Logic, Logarithm, Fortinet, Rapid7. So these all are the tools. So in that, Gartner report is Splunk is the highest. It is not only by Splunk, sir. See, if you check, I'm checking the Splunk. See, Splunk itself, it is maintaining the Gartner's report within the Splunk website. It is a Cisco company right now. So for the 10th consequent time, please sir, please listen this word. For the 10th consequent time, Splunk is proudly to be named in the leader, the 2024 Gartner Magic Quadrant for the security information and event management. It is not for one time, sir, for the 10th consequent time. So this is about the Splunk. So the main important thing you need to aware about all the aspects of our SOC operations, and apart from that, you need a bunch of knowledge with the SIMSR. So just open the PPT for the activity. Cybersecurity SOC analyst. So as I said, cybersecurity is a practice. Cybersecurity is a practice of protecting networks, devices, and sensitive information from unauthorized accesses, theft, damage, or any other malicious intent. Malicious intent. It is essential to safeguard against cyber attacks. It is essential to safeguard against cyber attacks. So, what are the consequences of cyber attack? Simply financial losses, reputation damage, and also we have a operational disruptions, legal consequences, intellectual property theft, identity theft, national security threats, economic impact will be happen. So as I said, if any attacks happen on your network, so definitely it leads to be financial losses. Definitely it should be a reputational damage. Automatically operational disturbances will be happen. So accordingly, legal consequences will be needed immediately. You that maybe that hacker or other unknown person can steal some intellectual property. Okay, and also any unique identity information will be theft based on their access. For leading of this, national security threats also will be considered. Accordingly, entire, if anything happened, for example, if any banking system got attacked, so definitely it's used to be economic imbalance. Definitely it will be applied on stock markets at all entire world will see towards India about the banking system was hacked, like that. This type of misrumors will come, and it will impact economic also. Definitely it will impact economic. These all other consequences happen with the cyber sector. So in this case, so we need a practice to protect networks, network devices, and sensitive information from unauthorized accesses and thefts and damages, and or other malicious intents. As I said, like the three pillars of cybersecurity are people, technology, and process. People, technology, and process. People is nothing but training and awareness, skill and certification, cyber IC. Technology is nothing but antivirus, firewalls, next generation firewalls, IPS, IDS devices, software updates, software testings, and penetrating testings. And after that, there we have a process, that is management systems, policies and procedures, and auditing and governance frameworks. As we already discussed, people are the critical component of security, cyber security. Cyber security awareness and training programs are essential to educate employees on the safe online behavior, how to recognize and respond to cyber threats, and the importance of protecting sensitive information. Employees should also be encouraged to report any suspicious activity or incidences to their IT to security team. As always, employees needs to be encouraged that if any suspicious activity happened, so definitely needs to be reported to the security team. That is about people. Coming to the process. Process refers to the procedure and policies that organization put in the place to govern how data and system are accessed, managed, and secured. Cybersecurity process includes incident response plan, access control policies, and data classification schemas. And these process helps to minimize security risk by ensuring that data is protected and accessed only by authorized persons. So accordingly, you can maintain your data categorization so that authorized people can access the specific data with access controller plan also. And based on that, if any suspicious things are there, incident response will be activated and do their activity to find out the specific malware or suspicious thing within the incidents plan. This is about process. Coming to the technology. Technology refers to the hardware as software and tools are used to protect system, data and networks. Cybersecurity technologies includes firewall, IPS, IDS devices like institutional detection and prevention systems, antivirus softwares, and encryption systems. These technologies work together to detect and prevent cyber attacks and to safeguard sensitive information from the unauthorized accesses. Unauthorized accesses. This is about technology. Understand, sir? As we already discussed, what are the major cyber threats? So, as we already were repeating the words like malware or something suspicious like that. No? So, first we'll talk on what are the major cyber threats are there. What is malware? Malware is a malicious software designed to implement and damage the computer systems. Unauthorized person or hacker is trying to inject some malware into the system. This is a one type of software which is used to designed for implementing or damaging the system with unauthorized accesses. With unauthorized accesses. Next, there is another type of threat, that is phishing. Phishing. What is phishing? Phishing is an attack or designed to trick individuals into give up sensitive information such as username, passwords, or credit card numbers. Let's say, for example, sometimes you will get a unauthorized emails. Let's say, for example, HDFC Bank will ping you some email that your KYC was going to end. You need to submit your Aadhaar card, and you need to give your personal information like what is Aadhaar name, date of birth, or whatever the username and password they were trying to collect with a mails. Okay, by sending the unauthorized mails, by sending the misused mails, or by sending the alert like wherever the highest alert mails like that, so that users are trying to give the reply to the mails with panic operations. With panic operations, this we consider as a phishing. Next, ransomware. Ransomware is nothing but ransomware is a type of malware that encrypts the victim data and demand payments in exchange of decryption. Actually, what will happen? Uh, uh, so some attacker will try to access the systems, and if any passwords are there, if any sensitive information are there, the attacker will try to encrypt the data with their own algorithms. Encrypt the data with their own algorithms, sir. So in this case, if you want to access that password, that passwords or that usernames, you need a encryption key. You need a encryption key, but it is not done by you, na, so that you can't access the username and password in that scenario. So the attacker will try to give some chance to you to send some money, so that I will give a decrypt money, like simply call it as a kidnapping a person. Okay, well, kidnapping a person, if you give a money, I will return your money. I will return your boy, like I will return your girl, like that, na. Same like that, ransomware is nothing but whatever the sensitive information and whatever the important information for us, okay, that will be encrypted with the attacker algorithm. Okay, if you want to access it, that algorithm key needs to be decrypted, key is needed. So in this case, you don't have a decrypted key, so that you need to go to the attacker and you need to pay some money and you need to take that key decryption. This is considered as a ransomware attack. This will be considered as a ransomware attack. There is a denial of DOS attack. What is denial of DOS attack? Denial of task attack. So what will happen, sir? See, this is your corporate network now. So in this network, there we have a lot of servers, sir. Assume that you have a lot of servers. Okay, you have a lot of servers, sir. Assume that you have a lot of servers. So one of the person sit outside your network, like let's say for example, this is in India. He sit in something like for example, USA. Okay, this is a attacker. He is trying to get a unauthorized access to this network, sir. Whatever the plans, like he will use a port scanning, and accordingly if any port is opened, he try to access that port, and he try to enter into this network. Assume that if he entered into the network, okay, let's say for example, these all are the servers which will be holding a some of the website. Assume that some of the website, okay, important HDFC website, banking website. Okay, so what it will go, this attacker is trying to access the network, and he is trying to access this servers, and he send a unwanted traffic. That means fake traffic, sir, fake traffic. Let's say for example, this server can handle some thousand people traffic. Okay, so this attacker is trying to send 10,000 people's traffic with a some suspicious activity. Okay, so in this case, this server will try to get the shutdown. Okay, shutdown. Same like that, he will try to corrupt all the servers which was serving the website, all the servers which was serving the website. In this case, this we consider as a DOS attack. DOS attack. Attack. DOS attack. DOS attack means denial of service, denial of online service, denial of online service. See, there is a website, there is an online service. So the online services are hosted on the servers. So attacker is trying to access the server and send a unwanted traffic or use traffic to the particular servers, and he try to get down that server from the environment, so that entirely, and at one point all your servers will be shut down, so that your online service will be distracted. Even for example, I think 6 months back, Indian Airlines, I think Microsoft attack has happened. They didn't disclose that attack, but if you observe, even flight tickets also given as a offline. Some of the operating systems also not worked. Microsoft Windows operating systems also not worked. Okay, actually, forget about the Windows operating system was not a work. That forget about that. But online distractions happened because of DOS attack and DDoS attack. Okay, so why? Because they send unwanted traffic. Let's say for example, while you are seeing some 10th class results also, you can observe, uh, actually the government sites will suffer 10,000 people, but 1 lakh people go and approach for the 10th class results, means automatically server down na? Same like that here also, one of the application will serve with some 10 servers. So they try to destroy the 10 servers to disturb the online services. This we consider as a DOS attack. There is another attack, that is DDoS attack. DDoS attack. What is DDoS attack? Sir, like a DOS attack, DDoS attack also same, sir. But the main impact on the DDoS attack is very fast and rapid. Why? Because, see, for example, this why? Because he is not trying to access from one computer. Here, DOS attack, only one computer will try to disturb all the services. But in the DDoS attack, multiple users, multiple systems will be involved. Distributed systems will be involved in the attack. So in this case, all these multiple systems are trying to access the network and get the unauthorized access, and try to connect to the servers in that network, and it will try to send the unwanted and peak traffic to the servers. Okay, let's say for example, this all servers are infected. This system was down. For example, online services was not serving by this system. What will happen? This system also trying start working for these guys, like a zombie attack means infected person also work together with the attacker. So see, if this system also infected, this guy also work together with this person. If this system is affected, our system only, but that systems also trying to infect the other systems. This is a very very serious complaint on the online services distractions, sir. Serious complaint, very one of the most affected attack, that is DDoS attack. So this all will be seen in the practical, sir, don't worry about it. Okay, but this is the usage of DDoS attack. DDoS attack or DOS attack is used for distracting the online services. See, denial. DOS attack are designed to overfill a system or a network with a traffic, rendering it inaccessible to user. DOS attack can be used to disrupt online services, extract money, or as cover up for other attacks. Next, advanced persistent threats. Advanced APT are long-term target attacks designed to gain access to sensitive information or disturb normal operations. Insider threats also there, sir. Insider threats are posed by individuals with access to sensitive information or a system. These threats can come from employees, contractors, or vendors. Let's say, for example, some of the attacks was happened by our employees only, our contractors only, our vendors only, who have been granted access to system. Insider threats can be intentional or intentional means such as theft or sabotage, or unintentional such as mistaken or negligent. Okay, so insider threats will be depends upon the requirements. Some people are trying to do intentionally, or some people are trying to do unintentionally, but whatever it may be, that will be considered as a one attack. So that will use it to investigate it. Okay, this is about major cyber threats. This all will be investigated with a SIM tool, and it is our duty as a SOC analyst. You need to aware about all these major threats, and also you need to aware about how to investigate these attacks and how to safeguard from your network or devices from these attacks or threats. Understand, sir? Next, what is SOC in cybersecurity? SOC stands for Security Operational Center. SOC is a crucial component of an organization's cybersecurity program. SOC providing the expertise and resources needed to quickly detect and respond to security incidents and help to protect against cyber threats. The primary role of the SOC is detecting and responding to security incidents in the real time. This involves monitoring network traffic, system logs, and other security data to identify suspicious activities or potential security threats. When potential security incidents is detected, the SOC team will initiate response plan, which may involve isolated effective systems, collecting evidences, and coordinating with other teams to contain and remediate the incidents. See, if you observe these three lines, sir, same thing will be followed in the corona. Same thing will be followed in the corona. See, infected persons will be isolated, and after that, collecting the evidences where he roamed and everything, and after that he coordinated with other teams and catch up in the other people and make it into the quarantine. Okay, and after that start treating that systems and make fresh, and then try to add that systems into the environment. This all is the duty of a SOC analyst. Next, the importance of cybersecurity. So mainly regular security checks, sir, and most importantly, advanced monitoring, sir, employee training, data encryption, incidents response plan. Incidents response plan. So SOC monitoring system will be involved with a advanced monitoring tool called SIM tool. Okay, SIM solution. Why? Because it needs to be monitor all the network traffic, network flows, system logs, endpoint detections, and other devices logs for monitoring the things. Okay, so that the solution for the SOC analyst is SIM tool. On the SIM tool, I am talking on Splunk. What is the SOC team and SOC roles and responsibilities? SOC L1 monitoring SIM alerts, managing configuration security monitoring tools, prioritizing and triggering alerts or issues to determine whether real security incidents is taken place or not. L2 analyst incidents responder receives incidents from L1 and performs deep analysis, define and execute a strategy for the contaminant remediation and recovery. L3 analyst subject matter expert threat hunting, similar to the tier 2 like L2, but even more experience, including high level incidences also. Almost I will cover L1, L2, L3, sir. Almost. Okay. So manager level, manager resources, priorities and projects, and manage the team directly when responding to business critical and security incidences. Types of SOC modules are different, sir. But before going to types of SOC modules, okay, these are the certifications we have in the SOC analyst, Compact TA, Security Plus, or CSA, Certified SOC Analyst, or GSA, okay, or CISSP, Certified Information System Security Professional. These certifications also can be done after our course. Okay, you can clear these certifications after our course. So even cybersecurity is not a word; it is a one of the emerging technologies. Okay, even Narendra Modi was also tweet about this cybersecurity. Okay, so even the statistics say that very less resources in the cybersecurity in coming decade. So you need a 85% resources for fulfilling the activities. See, even 62% major skill shortage seen in the areas of cybersecurity. That means that next 3 to 4 years, the rapid changes is happening in the security, sir. So that lot of openings are available in the cybersecurity module, especially in the SOC module. Now come to that. This is about all. Now I will try to give one example, sir. How this guys will try to activate it. Let's say, for example, I will show you some practical. Uh, there is a file. For example, I'm trying to download some file. See, I'm trying to download a software. I'm showing one practical, sir. See, this is my Splunk software. If you observe, so if you click on free trial and downloads, there is a Splunk software. Get my free trial. If you observe, sir, this guy is trying to give some. See, download now. Cancel the download. See, if you observe, this guy is telling that this is the software and the software hash key is this one. What is this hash key? What is this hash key? Let's say, for example, as I said, like malware was injected. Malware is nothing but malicious software. Okay, the attacker is trying to inject some malware into your computer or a phone. How you will try to create some suspicious things on the software present, which is legitimate software. Legitimate means known software. For example, you are trying to download a Splunk software that is needed for you. Okay, within that software, he will place some malicious code. Okay, once you run that software, the malicious code will execute and start installing the one of the software in your laptop. Okay, how they will inject. So that's why every time if you talk about Android mobiles, if you talk about some iOS mobiles, mostly Android mobiles, you will get a apk files. So if you want to install an application, you will get some apk files. You need to install that application from the apk. But the persons who develop that apk or application will create some hash key for that, for the uniqueness. Why? Because instead of installing the original file, if you installing the corrupted file, that leads to attack happened in the system, na? Let's say, for example, this is the file. If you observe, see, this is the file. I'm just naming this as a demo. Now I assume that this is one of the file. This is original file. If you observe, this is original file. If you observe, I'm trying to find out the hash key for this file, sir. So for that, I am choosing a one tool, that is virus total. See, observe it. You need to take care about this information. See, whereas tool here, upload file, choose a file, desktop, demo, select. Now see, confirm the upload, and it will generate some hash keys, sir, if you observe. If you see this information, this is hash key. Text. If you observe, hash key of original value is this one. I am saying that this is my hash key and this is the file. Unfortunately, if I send this file via WhatsApp mobile, WhatsApp application, if I send this file to you via WhatsApp, okay, WhatsApp means via internet only. Maybe man in the middle attack will be happen. Okay, some of a attacker will took this file and make a changes and inject a some and make a changes and inject some malicious code malicious malicious code malicious code. And unfortunately you don't know about that malicious code, and you didn't check the hash key which was I provided. Okay, you didn't check it also. So after that you can check this malicious code, this hash key was changing. If you observe, go and check. So why? Because you didn't check the original file hash key, sir. Original file hash key. See, so check the hash key of the changed file. It was changed. Why? Because hash key is a unique value saying that it is my file. It is my file. See, upload confirm. See, see here. If you observe the details, this is the new file hash key. See, if you observe the above one and this one is different. This is MD5 format. This is SHA1 format, SHA256, and if you observe, these are different. 4864, B6 A4. Why? Because actually I gave a file, original file with this hash key, but one of the attacker is trying to inject some malicious code with that file, and once you change that file, immediately the hash key is changing. Why? Because hash key is a unique to identify the specific file. Okay, so in this case, every time if you are in real time or in companies, they won't install as it easily whatever the application they are providing. Okay, they first check it from the authorization whether that hash key is correct or not. See, right now I download the file now. See here, there is showing a hash key. So for Splunk software is giving a hash key. This is the hash key, SHA512. Actually, up to now I show you 256 only. 256, 1 and MD5. This is SHA 512 hash key. So this is our hash key 512. So you are trying to install a software called Splunk. First you need to check whether this hash key is matching or not. If it is not matching, some changes are happened for that application. Some malicious activity was happened on that file. Okay. So until unless a file was not there in our system, they won't have a chance to hack or steal any sensitive information. This is one of the awareness thing. This is one of the awareness thing. So that this is one of the hashing technology. Okay. This is also we will see on coming classes. And sometimes they will use to try to encrypt your data every time. Every time you need to encrypt your data. As it is data, you can't. Even you can say WhatsApp also, if you ping hi, it will encrypt the data and it will send the data to the sender or receiver. Well, receiver is trying to read it, then it will decrypt it. Why? Because everybody has his own encryption algorithms and decryption algorithms. The applications will use these algorithms to safeguard your data for being attacked. This is the main important thing. As a cybersecurity SOC analyst, you need to take care about all these things. You need to monitor entire your devices in the network, and also if suspicious things are happened, you need to report to the concerned teams and you need to involve in the investigation. And after that, you need to create some documentation for the future reference. This is the SOC analyst. In our course, we are going to cover a lot of things, sir. SOC. So if you observe, we are going to cover basic network concepts like network basics of SOC and list, network fundamentals, network protocols, and IP addressing and subnetting, and also network traffic and monitoring, network security concepts, and also we'll discuss on Splunk SOC fundamentals. Okay, even that means Splunk fundamentals and Splunk architectures, SPL query in the Splunk, and installations and querying the data, collecting the data, and installing the data with different architectures, and extracting, transforming, parsing, and creating different fields. Even that will be involved with advanced SPL techniques, and log management will be also done. Coming to the SIM tools, we are going to cover some of the Splunk, as well as I said, IBM Radar, as well as ELK, with whatever the necessary information we will share on that tools. The major we are going to cover is Splunk only. Threat hunting with Splunk we can do, and also we can leveraging the topics on frameworks like Maitre attack and CK frameworks, and also incident response and forensic investigations. And also we can give the exploration on Splunk enterprise security by creating a different correlations, and creating a different notable events and incidents management and security process and incidents review. And also we can create some reports for the security modules, and different dashboards for the security modules. Completely, we will show you some 2 to 3 projects within the Splunk itself to achieve all the cybersecurity attacks. And also, we'll discuss on attack types, and we'll try to investigate all the attack types one by one within the practicals itself. And all the documents, all the PPTs, and also all the respective materials will be provided within the WhatsApp groups. And also, you have any doubts, you can contact me in the WhatsApp group or my number. I will assist you at any point of time. Apart from this, lab will be also covered within the class itself. Lab practicals also will be provided. This is about SOC. Any questions? First, in my class, first I will teach you entire Splunk, sir. So why? Because first you know about the Splunk tool, SIM tool. Then with the tool, you can do whatever the miracles you want in the SOC. So that I will believe on SIM tool, the power of SIM tool. So that's why I will teach you SIM tool first. Once you are aware about the SIM tool, Then we will deep dive into the SOC operations. So one by one with all networking concepts and attack types and investigations uh, and also creating reports, visualizations, and dashboards. Any questions, please ask me. That's all enough today. We'll meet on next section with more content in detail. Any
Hello,
questions,
sir.
please ask me,
Yes,
please.
sir. I'm Jaideep, and thank you for this session. But I just wanted to ask because I'm pretty sure everyone are from different backgrounds here. Some are
Yes.
doing support roles, and some are doing some analyst roles. But do you think this is like apt for everyone, or do we have to like know some prerequisites for this, or will you be teaching
Actually,
everything, including the prerequisites?
actually, every prerequisite will be covered within the class itself. Don't worry about it. And one more important thing, no coding is required here. So everybody can learn this. Even non-IT guys can learn it. Why? Because with my past 5 years of experience, I trained most of the people are non-IT guys only, so that they are doing the best in their companies. Okay. And one of the benefit we are getting with our course content is, so as I said, mostly every time Splunk has a separate demand also. So that will be coming to data analysis and data monitoring. So that if still you are facing with cybersecurity activities, you can settle as a Splunk analyst or Splunk as engineer or Splunk plus Splunk SME like that. That is also one of the best option with our course. Okay. And coming to that SOC, sir, don't worry about it. Every prerequisite will be covered here, sir. Only the thing is that you need to follow the content and you need to do practicals as per our content. That's it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Within this, we will cover Linux, Windows basics, Linux basics, and also cloud basics. And also, we will cover all data collection, data cleaning, data preparation, and after the data storing, even we'll talk on the storages also. Yes, lot of information we'll share. So, what is the difference between other classes and our class, our SOC classes is basically what they will do. Every SOC trainer needs to tell about the SIM tool. Some of the people will tell IBM Creda, some of the people will tell ELK, some of the people will tell Splunk. But in our classes, exclusively Splunk. Why exclusively Splunk? Other classes they include the Splunk and they will teach only 1 week to 10 days classes of Splunk. But we are going to teach Splunk of 30 to 40 hours of classes. You got my point. So in that scenario, you can get opportunities within the Splunk also. That is the benefit with other compared to other trainings. Understand? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Anybody having any questions? Anybody having any questions?
Hi, Srinivas here.
Hi, Srinivas.
How long is the course for, and how many days in a week?
Monday to Friday, Saturday optional.
Hmm.
Mostly Saturday will also we have a class. But if there is no class, I will inform you one day before. But
Okay.
Monday to Friday we have a class. Averagely we will cover 5 to 6 days in the week.
Yep.
Maximum it will take 2 months of time to complete the course content.
And okay, so 5 days a week and for 2 months. And after the 2 months, as you said, we'll be able to do those certification exams that you showed us earlier.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
still you are facing some problem to clear the certification also, I will
Yep.
help you. Don't worry
Okay.
about it.
Thank you. Um, are there any certifications specifically for Splunk? Because as you mentioned,
Splunk
Splunk.
having its own specifications are there. For
Okay.
example, power user,
Yeah.
Splunk power user, Splunk advanced power user, and also Splunk admin, Splunk developer, and also
Mm,
there is another certification, Splunk certified admin. Okay, security admin is there.
yeah.
You can do Splunk security admin also, no problem. 3001,
Okay.
the code.
Okay. All right. So just wanting to understand because as you mentioned, Splunk is an important SCIM tool.
Yes,
SCEM. SIEM. Sorry.
SI, SI.
SIEM. So if
Yes, without
mm,
actually, what is my intention is that you want to do some murder. So if you want to do some murder, to murder a one guy, you need a tool.
mm,
Without a tool, you can't murder the person.
mm,
Okay. So how the powerful tool you are using to murder the candidate, a person. Do you understand?
yeah.
You can use poison, you can use a thread, you can use a knife, but
Mm,
the power of the knife is different. Now
mm,
that knife is a Splunk
okay.
in all SIM tools.
Yeah. Yeah. You did show the Gartner report, which said Splunk is the leader in what it
Yes,
does.
yes.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you.
Anybody having any questions? Feel free to ask the questions, sir. Without interaction, you can't get anything, sir. I'm very much friendly person and interactive person. So until I just feel bored if you don't ask any questions. That's it. First, you ask. You need to ask the questions. You need to interact with me. That is my request in coming classes also. I think if you don't have any questions, I will wind up the class. Thanks for your time.
No more questions. Thank you.
So all the best. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you.